This video is brought to you by Mubi, a curated streaming service showing exceptional films from around the globe, plus a ticket to the cinema every week. Get a whole month free at mubi.com/rangan. Hello and welcome to Film Companion South. In this episode, we are going to be reviewing Dharala Prabhu, directed by Krishna Marimuthu and starring Harish, Kalyan and Tanya. So when I heard that Vicky Donor was going to be remade in Tamil, I knew that it would not be an exact remake because Tamil sensibilities, at least as the industry defines it, is a very different thing. So I expected a fair amount of sanitizing in the story of a footballer who becomes a sperm donor. But the director brings a surprise. His movie is at once an homage to the original film as well as a kind of radical reworking of it. You know how we sometimes watch a movie and go, what if this happened or what if that had happened? That's what happens here. He has looked at that original film with fresh eyes and with a very different kind of sensibility. So Vivek plays a fertility specialist, and one of the big leaps of faith in this film is that it asks us to accept the fact that this rundown guy with his rundown place, that's going to be where a lot of moneyed people come and say, I want the super expensive and super complicated procedure to be done. But like Annu Kapoor in the original film, Vivek is so endearingly hammy that this leap is very easily done. So Vivek meets the Harish Kalyan character, who's named Prabhu, and the two begin to make money well hand over fist. Now this hand over fist aspect is treated with utter dignity. This is a very, very subtly done film. So Nidhi, played by Tanya Hope, is the love interest, and the first time Prabhu meets her, it's a mini symphony of gestures and reaction shots. It's beautifully done. You think the second meeting, which happens in a theater, or the third meeting, which happens in a beach, would accelerate the rhythms of this romance, but instead you get a cautious getting to know you graph. There's no rom-com cutesiness, and neither is there a single pasanga friend who keeps cracking wisecracks about this relationship and telling Prabhu about this is what you have to do to correct this figure or something like that to kind of bring down the tone of the movie, the tonality of the movie, and make it more acceptable to the masses. That's not happening either. And slowly we see the reason for this reserve. Nidhi comes with a lot of emotional baggage and she's wary about committing to a brand new relationship. This arc of this character, this heroine, is really nice, and Tanya Hope plays her really well. Very deceptively, very casually, Dharala Prabhu takes up a number of issues but does not treat them like issues. That is, there are no lectures. For example, the issue of a virgin heroine, the issue of mothers wrestling with a career, the issue of a middle class guy and an upper class girl, the issue of surrogacy, the small shame that still comes with the fact that somebody has to rely on another man to make his wife pregnant, or in one of the most brilliant insights in the film, how adoption can feel from a female perspective. Because usually a woman has 9 months, 10 months to prepare for this feeling of impending motherhood. But here, the woman doesn't have any time to prepare because she's going to the adoption agency and there's a ready-made child waiting for her, plunging her right into motherhood. How can there not be any kind of fear? If these throwaway bits feel revolutionary in the context of Tamil cinema, it's because we usually make such a big deal about these things and transform them into huge issues. So much thought and sensitivity has gone into the writing, so the only real issue that I had with the movie, the only real reservation I had with it was the fact that the tonality is a little unvarying. The director has made this a very classy and very subtle movie, which is a good thing, but when that kind of happens throughout the length of the movie, it becomes a little unvarying, and it begins to feel like being in a 5-star spa kind of thing, you know, because it's so hushed and classy and everything. You just sometimes wish for a little tonal variation, but this is a very, very small point. This is a very well thought out film. This is a very well made film, and for Harish Kalyan, this is easily his best film after Pyar Prema Kadal, and in that film, his character was overshadowed by that of the heroines. Here, that's not the case, and he gets to shine. Prabhu feels refreshingly real. The character is thought through from the inside, like a person, and not as someone from the outside, as someone you're just going to have as someone you can stick a bunch of plot points on. Take the scene where Prabhu goes out to Nidhi and realizes that by the end, this is not the date that he thought it was. His face falls a bit, you know, but just a bit. And then he realizes that the good thing about this is that this girl, this woman he loves, she feels safe with him. And I'll tell you something, this guy can have super sperm count, but that is just a macho statistic. This is the kind of thinking that actually makes him a man. So that's it about Dharala Prabhu. Now to tell you more about Mubi India. Mubi is a film streaming service that premieres 2 new films every day, showcasing the best of Indian cinema on their Mubi India channel and the best of world cinema on Mubi World. This week I recommend you watch The Swallows of Kabul, which shows how life was as lived under the Taliban. This film shows life as seen through the mesh screen of a burqa which begin to resemble prison bars. The film is rendered in beautiful watercolor-like animation and its earnestness is very touching. Plus, as part of his subscription, you get a hand-picked cinema ticket every single week to watch the latest releases at the local PVR with MovieGo. And because you're friends of Film Companion, you can get Mubi and MovieGo free for 30 days at mubi.com/Rangan. That's mubi.com/RANGAN for a month of great cinema.